succeed.
Hey, Julie Roussel here. Hey, welcome and thanks for joining in on this wacky Wednesday, where you never know what the topic's going to be, or hopefully if I am running on time, because that seems to be a recurring theme. But hey, welcome and thanks for joining in, whether you are popping in live right now or you are catching on the replay. I'm glad that you could pop in for a few minutes of kitchen conversation. As always, if you hear something that you find valuable or that resonates with you, do me a favor, leave me some love, wave even when you pop in, because as most people know, it never shows me anything on the wireless. What can I say? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But like I was saying, feel free to drop a comment or ask a question or even answer the question anytime in the thread. Share the video with anyone you think it might help. And PM me if you have questions or want to hear more. I'm always happy to share the things that I'm learning, and I hope that they help you. So hey, I do see a few joining in now and then. Okay, for a second it does, and then it's gone. But like I said, I'm seeing on my screen up here that there are people watching, and like I said, it's not showing me who it is, so I'm really sorry if I don't welcome you. I love to say hey to my friends as they pop in, since we all don't see each other as much as we'd like. So hey, Aunt Judy, nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Say hi to Ed and the family for me. And like I said, that's all I see right now, although I know that there are more. So as you pop in, like I said, try to leave me a hey if you hear something that you can relate to, or if you just want to say hey as you're popping through. I'd love and appreciate it. So I'm going to keep on going. And like I said, hopefully wireless will start functioning properly, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that. Thanks, Aunt Judy. Hey, nice to see you. Okay, so the question for the night. Did you believe that the Chiefs could come back and win the Super Bowl in the fourth quarter? You know, and it seems like a silly question now, but I also have an additional question that goes along with it. You know, has your child ever believed that they could come back from a failure? And believe it or not, those two questions are intertwined tonight. And I'd like to share a quick story, what I learned, and hopefully how it can help you. And hopefully without peeking at my notes too much, but I kind of need those, just as a reminder. Okay, so I'm sure most were watching the Super Bowl this weekend, right? Whether it was for the game or for the commercials, or maybe a bit of both. I don't know, which one were you watching for? Oh, hey, Julie, nice to see you. Julie Squared. Hey, lady. I'm glad you could pop in. Like I said, more and more are popping in, but I'm not seeing too much. So leave me a hey or shout, and I'd appreciate that, because at least then I can welcome you properly. Okay, so like saying, this weekend, most people are watching for, you know, the game or the commercials or a little bit of both. And, you know, the Chiefs were down in the fourth quarter. And it just seemed that the ball wasn't rolling their way. You know, everything just kept piling up and going wrong, one after another. And they couldn't sustain a drive, and you know, most people were giving up on them at that time. But one of the announcers said, well, don't count the Chiefs out yet. This game is not over. And he had faith that the Chiefs would be able to pull off a comeback win. And you know, it's funny that he happened to say that, because you know, they did. If you were watching the game, they had an exciting comeback win that everyone, you know, just couldn't stop talking about. And I heard some of the players after the game, and one of the commentators asked them how they could maintain a positive outlook and feeling of confidence for a comeback when everything was falling apart. And one of the players answered, I wish I could say I remember his name, but I'm going to quote the Kansas City Chief player, that they had faith in themselves and faith in each other. And, you know, and it was just like how a parent believes in their child 1,000%, that strong of a belief. And when your child wants to quit because of failure, because times are tough, you know, whether it's riding a bike or playing an instrument, a sport, tying their shoes, whatever, we don't give up on them. You know, we encourage them, we praise them, And we have faith in them, and we believe for and in them until they believe in themselves. And a mentor asked me, do I have that same type of faith that I do in my child in myself? That was a tough question. Oh, hey, Tiff, nice to see you, lady. Thanks for popping in. Like I said, if I'm missing anybody, I apologize. It's not really showing much. So, like I said, I hate to miss you. Hey, thanks for popping in. Leave me a shout if you can. I don't know how all that works, but I'd appreciate it. And like I said, my mentor asked me a question, do I believe in myself in the same way that I believe in my child, in my boys? I said, no, not usually. That was a struggle just to answer that, because it's something that I battle with on a daily basis. And it's definitely held me back more times than I want to admit. Can you relate to that? And I had to admit to my mentor that it was much easier to believe in my boys than it was to believe in myself. And at that moment, though, I couldn't see how the Super Bowl, my lack of faith in myself and the strong belief were related. What did that have to do with anything? And my mentor pointed out to me that you need to have faith in yourself in the same way that you believe in your children, in my case, my boys. And I learned that whether you're a child or an adult, or even a Kansas City Chief player, if you want to achieve your goal, if you want to have success, whether it's in the Super Bowl or playing an instrument or a relationship, you need to have that unshakable faith in yourself. Because if you believe that you can, then you will. So if you heard something that you found valuable or that you can relate to in some way, leave me some love, or hey, answer the question that I asked earlier in the thread if you can. Drop your thoughts or ask questions anytime in the thread. Share the video with anyone you think it might help. Or even say, hey, if you are just popping in now and I haven't welcomed you because I'm not seeing a whole lot of anything going on here. I don't know why. Share the video with anyone you think it might help. And PM me if you have questions or want to hear more ways to boost your faith in yourself. The Chiefs were down 11 points in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, but they rallied for a memorable comeback win. But they were able to rally because they had that steadfast faith in themselves and each other. Because they believed so strongly, kind of like a parent believes in their child, they found a way to win. Imagine what we could achieve if we had the same unshakable belief in ourselves. I'll catch you later.